Putin on Sunday told his top defense and military officials to put nuclear forces in a special regime of combat duty, but it was not immediately clear how that might have changed the status of Russian nuclear forces. Russia, like the United States, keeps its land-based intercontinental ballistic missiles, or ICBMs, on a high state of readiness at all times. Russia has unleashed a wave of attacks on Ukraine, targeting fuel facilities and airfields in what appears to be the next phase of an invasion that has been slowed by fierce resistance. Huge explosions lit up the sky early on Sunday south of the capital, Kyiv, where people bunkered down in homes, underground garages and subway stations, and the government maintained a curfew in anticipation of our invasion. Russia has been accused of carrying out a massive shelling in Ukraine's second-largest city, Kharkiv, with shocking video purported to show the assault, sharing video appearing to show flashes in the sky as smoke fills the air. Ukrainian Interior Ministry advisor Anton Herashchenko said, "Kharkiv has just been massively shelled and dozens civilians dead and hundreds of them are wounded." Ukrainian troops are fortifying their positions around Kyiv as the explosions and gunfire that have disrupted life since the start of the invasion appeared to subside around Ukraine's capital overnight as the Kremlin's military advances were slowed by an outgunned but determined resistance. Russian forces so far encountered a strong opposition from defenders and failed to control the Ukraine's airspace. The conflict, seemingly more quiet overnight Sunday than in past nights, could evolve significantly if Russia gets military help from neighboring Belarus, which is expected to send troops into Ukraine, according to a senior American intelligence official with direct knowledge of current US intelligence assessments. The official said that whether Belarus enters the war depends on Ukraine-Russia talks. Amid the mounting pressure, Western nations said they would tighten sanctions and buy and deliver weapons for Ukraine, including Stinger missiles for shooting down helicopters and other aircraft. European countries will also supply fighter jets to Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's office, meanwhile, announced plans for a meeting with a Russian delegation on the Belarusian border. In a major development for India's fighter jet program, talks are in final stages to co-develop an engine with French major Safran. These engines will be used to power the Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft, a fifth-generation fighter jet being designed and made indigenously. The French company, which has an existing partnership to make engines for helicopters in India, is ready to make the engines in India. The MCAR is proposed to be a twin-engine stealth fighter jet that will come in two variants, stealth and non-stealth version. Dr. Girish S. Diodhare, Director General, Aeronautical Development Agency, while speaking at a seminar recently said, "The final configuration of the MCAR has been frozen and by year-end, we will complete the comprehensive design review." Last year, the government had informed Parliament that it is proposed to develop indigenous engines for powering aircraft such as the light combat aircraft variants and MCAR in association with an international engine house. AEMS Jaishankar discussed this issue with French Defense Minister Florence Parly during his visit. "We expect to have an agreement in a month or two," a defense official said. Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister S. Jagan Mohan Reddy has dedicated INS Vishakhapatnam, the indigenously designed and constructed guided missile stealth destroyer named after the city of destiny, Vishakhapatnam, to the nation in a formal ceremony held at Naval Dockyard on Sunday. The ship is on her maiden visit to the port city for participating in the PFR and Milan 2022. INS Vishakhapatnam is the lead ship of P-15B class of guided missile stealth destroyers and was commissioned on November 21 last year. It symbolizes India's matured shipbuilding capability and quest for the Make in India initiative towards achieving Atmanirbhar Bharat. The crew of the ship abides by her motto, Yasho Labhasva, a Sanskrit phrase that translates to attain glory. signaling an expeditious mission to bring back stranded students and other Indians from Ukraine amid the Russian invasion. Prime Minister Narendra Modi decided to send senior ministers Jyotiraditya Scindia, Hardeep Puri, Kiran Rijiju and General V.K. Singh as special envoys to Ukraine's neighboring countries to coordinate the evacuation process. Jyotiraditya Scindia has been assigned to handle Romania and Moldova, while Kiran Rijiju will head to Slovakia. Hardeep Singh Puri will go to Hungary, while V.K. Singh will be in charge of the evacuation in Poland. India is using neighboring countries of Ukraine such as Romania and Hungary to take Indian students out of Kyiv as the Ukrainian airspace has been closed in the wake of the Russian invasion. PM Modi held an emergency meeting on Monday morning to discuss the evacuation plan. In the meeting, it was decided that the ministers will travel soon to select countries to handle any diplomatic hurdles to bring back Indians through these nations. The decision to send senior ministers also comes after video clips of some border forces aggressively confronting and manhandling Indian students. The first shipment of 2,500 metric tons of wheat sent by India for Afghan people via Pakistani land route as part of its humanitarian aid reached Jalalabad in Afghanistan on Saturday, February 26. Afghanistan's ambassador to India Farhad Mamundzay said the convoy of 50 trucks carrying the wheat arrived in the Afghan city and it would now be distributed by the World Food Programme among the people. The shipment was part of the commitment made by the Government of India to supply 50,000 metric tons of wheat for the people of Afghanistan. Foreign Secretary Harsh Vardhan Shringla, along with Mamundzay and WFP Country Director Bishop Arajuli, flagged off the convoy of trucks at a ceremony at Amritsar's Atari border crossing on Tuesday. India had sent a proposal to Pakistan on October 7 last year, seeking the transit facility to send 50,000 tons of wheat to the people of Afghanistan via Pakistan, and it received a positive response from Islamabad on November 24.